Welcome dear students. Today we are going to discuss an important plant family, Acanthaceae. In this lecture we will be discussing taxonomy, systematic position, phylogeny, diversity and economic importance of this family. Now first the taxonomy part. Acanthaceae is a large family of flowering plants comprising nearly 346 genera as per Maberly and 4,000 species as per McTade et al. The Acanthaceae are also called Bear's Breeds family. The family name Acanthaceae is based on the type genus Acanthus, which is from Greek akanthos, meaning a thorn. They are important components of tropical and subtropical communities worldwide. Acanthaceae are characterized by explosively dehiscent capsules in which seeds are borne on special hook-like structures called reticulae. Flowers are usually zygomorphic with persistent 4 to 5 lobed calyx and gamopetalous corolla. Filament curtain, a special structure, divides corolla into two compartments. Leaves are decussate. Raphodines or acicular fibers are present in the phloem. Occurrence of cystoliths in the vegetative parts is another important feature of this family, though there are a few exceptions. Now the general characters of this family. First, the habit. The plants are generally herbs like Justicia, Ranchia, Peristrophe, shrubs like Adhetoda and Ephelandra, rarely twiners like Mendoncia and lianas like Thunbergia. Amphibious plants like Astracantha, halophytes like Acanthus illicifolius and xerophytes like Barlaria are also known in the family. Plants can be annual like Andrographis paniculata and Justicia simplex, or perennial like Acanthus hungaricus and Acanthus mollis. Root in Acanthaceae is generally tab. Stem is aerial, erect, herbaceous, woody. It's cladoed in Hephalanthus. Leaves are generally opposite. They are alternate in elytaria and starogyne, exstipulate, simple, isophilous or anisophilous. Nodes are often swollen, sometimes spinose, with spines derived from reduced leaves. Leaf margins are entire, sinuate, crenate, dentate or rarely pinnatifid. Leaves are usually green in color. However, some acanths have remarkably colored leaves, so that many of them are cultivated for their foliage. For example, Hypoestes, Phyllostacia and Strobilanthes dierianus. Now the inflorescence. Inflorescence is generally cymose, a dicasial cyme ending in a monocasial cyme. It's racemose in Barlaria and Justicia, spike in Acanthus mollis, Justicia simplex and Cedaranthemum, panicle in Justicia pectoralis and solitary in Thunbergia. Flower. Flowers are bracteate, bracts conspicuous, often brightly colored, or they can be minute and green, sometimes becoming spinose. Flowers are bracteolate, pentamerous, sessile or pedicellate, zygomorphic, bisexual, hypogynous. Now the calyx. Sepals are 5, polysepalous or slightly connate at the base, usually 4 or 5 lobed. Sepals are reduced to a cupular ring in case of Thunbergia. Corolla. Petals are 5, gamopetalous, bilabiate, 5 lobed in Dipteracanthus, Ruelia and Thunbergia, with 2 posterior lobes being more connate. Upper lip is obsolete in Acanthus and Belliferis. It's hypocrateriform in Crossandra, sometimes resupinate by 180 degree. Corolla tube is cylindric or funnel form, ascending or descending cochlear, quinquential, contorted or open in bud. Now the androecium. Stamens are generally four, for example in Ecbolium, Dipteracanthus, Nelsonia and Tubiflora. However, there are variations. For example, there are 5 stamens in Pentastemenocanthus and only 2 in Adhatoda and Rangia. When the stamen number is less, the reduction is always towards the posterior side. Stamens are polyandrous, epipetalous, didynamous when 4, dithecous, introse, discrete. The filaments are distinct, connate in pairs or monadelphous basally via a sheath, as in Strobilanthes. Now gynoecium. Ovary is bicarpillary syncarpous, superior, bilocular, with axile placentation, ovules 2 to many per locule, style simple, filiform, stigma simple or bifid. A glandular disc is present below the ovary. Pollination is cross entomophilous, usually by bees and bumblebees. Fruit is 2 to many seeded loculicidal explosively dehiscent capsule. Fruit in Mendontia is drupaceous. Seeds. Seeds are non-endospermic, usually borne on hook-like reticula. Local dispersal of seeds in Ruelia and Justacia is aided by ejaculators. Seed surface is smooth or roughened, sometimes with hygroscopic trichomes that expand when moistened. Now the systematic position of Acanthaceae. Different workers have put forth different classification systems. We'll talk about some of the important classifications. First one is that proposed by 2 famous British botanists, Bentham and Hooker, in 1862-1883 in their book Genera Planetarum. According to this system, Acanthaceae are placed in division Phanerogamia, class Dicotyledons, subclass Gamopetalae, series Bicarpellatae, cohort Personales. Now the next system is that proposed by Arthur Cronquist, an American taxonomist, in 1988. According to this system, Acanthaceae are placed in division Magnoliophyta, class Magnoliopsida, subclass Asteridae, order Psychrofullariales. Armin Takhtajan, a Russian taxonomist, in 1997 placed Acanthaceae in division Magnoliophyta, class Magnoliopsida, subclass Lamidae, superorder Lozani, order Psychrofullariales. Rolf Dahlgren, a Danish botanist, in 1989 placed Acanthaceae in class Magnoliopsida, subclass Magnolidae, superorder Lamiani, order Lamiales. Robert Thorne in 2003 proposed the system of classification according to which Acanthaceae are placed in class Magnoliopsida, subclass Magnolidae, superorder Gentianani, order Psychrofullariales. Next classification system is that proposed by Angiosperm Phylogeny Group in 2003. It's a large collaborative group of taxonomists led by Peter Stevens. It places Acanthaceae in clade Eudicots, subclade Euasterids 1, order Lamiales. Now the phylogeny. The Acanthaceae sansolato have often been viewed as a natural family. However, no single or set of synapomorphic characters have been identified that could characterize all included genera as members of the family. Acanthaceae are a part of Lamiales, Psychrofullariales, Sanso-Cronquist. Based on shared presence of a fruit type that is unique among angiosperms, Acanthaceae senso stricto have been accepted as a monophyletic group. Acanthaceae senso stricto includes 3 major lineages, Ruili, Justaceae and Acanthae. The former 2 are taken together as subfamily Rueloideae. The Acanthaceae have traditionally been circumscribed to include 3 anomalous subfamilies. These are Nelsonioideae, Thunbergioideae and Mendoncioideae. Cronquist 1981 treated Mendonciaceae as a separate family, apparently due to its drupaceous fruits. Von Tegem treated Nelsonioideae, Thunbergioideae and Mendoncioideae as a separate family, Thunbergiaceae, distinct from Acanthaceae. Bremekamp, on the other hand, regarded Thunbergiaceae and Mendonciaceae as separate families and related them to Bignoniaceae and Pedaliaceae, considering Nelsoniaceae as closely related to Rhinanthoideae of Cycrophloriaceae. Nies von Essenbach divided the family into two subgroups: Taxa without retinacula, comprising the tribes Thunbergii and Nelsoni, in which the Thunbergii included Mendoncia, and those with retinacula, comprising the remaining tribes. Anderson recognized three subgroups in Acanthaceae: Thunbergidae, containing only Thunbergia; Ruellidae, containing the remaining groups with contorted corolla estivation; and Acanthidae, containing members with imbricate estivation. The Nelsoni were treated as a tribe under Ruellidae. Bentham and Hooker divided the family into 5 tribes: Thunbergidae, including Mendoncia, Nelsoni, Ruelli, Acanthae and Justice. The first 3 tribes with various types of estivation and the last 2 with imbricate corolla estivation. In the system of Lindau, 4 subfamilies were recognized: Nelsonioideae, Mendoncioideae, Thunbergioideae and Acanthoideae. The former 3 characterized by absence of cistroliths. Acanthoideae was further divided into 2 parts, the contorti and the imbricati, on the basis of estivation. Scotland and Wolson divided the family Acanthaceae into 4 subfamilies. Number first, Nelsonioideae; number second, Acanthoideae, containing Acanthae, Ruelli, Justice, Neuracanthus, Whitfieldi, Andrographidae and Barleydae; number third, Thunbergioideae; and number fourth, Avicenioideae. The precise delimitation of Acanthaceae, however, has been controversial due to Mendoncioideae, Nelsonioideae and Thunbergioideae, as in spite of not sharing the characteristic Acanthaceae sensu stricto fruit type, these seem to be clearly allied with the family. On the basis of presence of explosive capsules as well as absence of synapomorphies characteristic of all or most Acanthoideae, Cronquist considered Nelsonioideae and Thunbergioideae as taxa transitional between other Lamiales and Acanthaceae. Molecular studies on non-coding region of chloroplast genome as well as studies on structure and development of flower have revealed that Mendoncioideae and Thunbergioideae are sister groups, and that these are sister to Acanthaceae sensu stricto. Acanthaceae sensu lato are also considered monophyletic. Within Acanthaceae sensu lato, Nelsonioideae are sister to all other Acanthaceae. Avicennia, the inclusion of which in Acanthaceae is supported by molecular sequence data from NRITS and 4 chloroplast non-coding regions, is monophyletic and sister to Thunbergioideae. Reduced ovule number may be synapomorphic for Acanthaceae except Nelsonioids, whereas Nelsonioideae are characterized by 6 to numerous ovules. Reduction to 4 seems to be synapomorphic for monophyletic Thunbergioideae and Acanthoideae, with secondary increases in Andrographidae and at least 2 lineages of Ruelli. Andrographidae usually have 6 or more ovules per ovary, which appears to be a secondary increase in ovule number and synapomorphic for this lineage. It has been suggested that absence of endosperm is synapomorphic for Thunbergioideae and Acanthoideae, but this trait remains poorly studied across Acanthaceae and merits further study. Among other Acanthoideae, at least 2 lineages of Ruelli have undergone secondary increases in number of ovules. further clarifying relationships and determining the placement of enigmatic genera will greatly advance the phylogenetic relationships of this family. Now, the diversity in Acanthaceae. The Acanthaceae are among the larger families in the order Sucrofloreales in the sense of conquest, with about 346 genera and 4,000 species as stated earlier. This family is pantropical with major concentration of taxa in Indo-Malaysia, Africa, Brazil and Central America. Mexico appears to be a secondary center of diversification of Acanthaceae. At least 10 genera and numerous species of this family are endemic there. The Rhoeloidae comprises probably 3/4 of the diversity in the family and includes large genera such as Justicia with about 700 species. Ruelia, Barlaria, Strobilanthes and Dicleptera are its other members. Acanthaceae show a wide range of habitat types from herbs exemplified by Acanthus mollis and Andrographis paniculata to shrubs like Barlaria cristata and Acanthus elisifolius and climbers like Mendoncia puberola. Tree habit, though rare, is known in the family. Well, some acanths are annuals like Justicia simplex. Some others are perennial like Acanthus mollis. Stem in some species like Andrographis paniculata is rectangular in cross section with wings and furrows along the length and rhizomatous in others like Acanthus mollis. Fruit type in Acanthaceae is remarkably conserved. However, diversity in other traits is spectacular. Fruit is an explosively dehiscent capsule. It's a drupe in case of Mendoncia puberola. Across the family, flowers range in size from a few millimeters to more than 10 centimeters, with a parallel range of variation in shape and color. The floral architecture is complex and flowers show a wide range of pollination syndromes. In general, they are large and showy. Inflorescence types vary from a spike as in Acanthus mollis and Justicia simplex to racemes like in Andrographis paniculata. Leaf shape is also variable. It can be lanceolate like in Andrographis paniculata, elliptic to narrowly ovate as in Barlaria cristata. Leaves can be sessile or petiolate. Pollination apparatus is highly elaborate. Pollination is entomophilous by bees or by bumblebees. Acanthaceae are euripellinous. In terms of the number and type of apertures as well as ultrasculpturing, pollen grains of Acanthaceae are without doubt as diverse as any other family level lineage, regardless of the size. 11 different pollen types have been recognized in this family. Chromosome numbers are similarly diverse with documented haploid numbers ranging from 7 to 68, thus indicating many evolutionary transitions via both disploidy and polyploidy. Cystoliths vary in nature, shape, size, color and occurrence throughout the family, and 11 different cystolith types have been recognized. Cystoliths occur singly or in doubles as in Barlaria praerensis, Peristrophe montana and Stenosphonium russulianum, or in triples. Now, the economic importance. Although Acanthaceae are not noted for their economic importance, 103 species from West Tropical Africa have been listed as useful plants by Burkill. The major economic importance of this family is horticultural. There are some medicinal plants belonging to this family like Andrographis paniculata. It's used in traditional Siddha and Ayurvedic systems of medicine as well as in tribal medicines in India and some other countries for multiple clinical applications since ancient times. Andrographis paniculata yields a native drug alvi used in liver troubles. Acanthus elisifolius is used as a medicine in asthma and rheumatism. All parts of the plant Ecpolium avidity are used for gout and dysuria. Decoction of leaves is given for structure. Roots are used for jaundice, menorrhagia and rheumatism. Roots and leaves together are used against tumors. Leaves of Atatoda vesica yield an Ayurvedic drug used as expectorant and in relieving cough. Leaves, roots and seeds of Astracantha longifolia, commonly known as tal makhana, are used in dropsy, jaundice and rheumatism. Different species of Barlaria like Barlaria citrigosa, Barlaria prionites and Barlaria buxifolia are used in severe cough and bronchial inflammation. Now, ornamental plants from Acanthaceae, they include Acanthus mollis, Acanthus illicifolius, Andrographis paniculata, Barlaria alba, Aphilandra aurantiaca, Belloperon guttata, Crossandra infundibuliformis, Eranthemum vatae, Fittonia, Justicia carnea, Thunbergia alata, Ruelia elegans, Pseudoranthemum autopurpureum, etc. Edible plants from Acanthaceae include Acanthaceae mysoriensis. It's an edible plant found in Africa. It's used as a leafy vegetable and for animal fodder. Hygrophila angustifolia is another edible plant from Acanthaceae. There are dye-yielding plants in this family also, for example, Peristrophe bivallis. And Ruelia sufricticosa is used in manufacturing beer. So, in this lecture, we learned about a taxonomy, a systematic position, a diversity, phylogeny, and economic importance of this family. Acanthaceae are not noted for their economic importance. Still, 103 plants have been listed as useful for humans from Africa alone. Major economic importance of this family is horticultural, and many ornamental and medicinal plants are known from this family. With this brief summary of this lecture, I conclude the present lecture.